Taiwan, I'm Reece with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's lawmakers are facing another conflict in the legislature, this time over controversial plans to expand transportation links across the country's east coast. Leslie Liao has more.
A legislature divided. After weeks of wrangling among lawmakers over legislative reform bills, a separate transportation bill is now at the heart of heated political discussions. The bill, spearheaded by the Kuomintang's Fu Kunqi, seeks to build new transportation links to Hualien County on Taiwan's east coast, a rugged and mountainous area. It would require the government to carry out 3 infrastructure projects: building a highway connecting Hualien to Taitung in the southeast, expanding Taiwan's high-speed rail network to the county, and extending one of Taiwan's existing freeways toward Hualien. The proposed timeline for completing the projects is 10 years, a time frame environmental groups say is too rushed to properly carry out environmental impact assessments. Then there's the cost, with estimates putting the price tag of the projects close to $62 billion. Fu Kunqi says his party wants to push the bill through by the end of July. But other KMT lawmakers say there's no rush.
花东三法的通过没有 deadline， 也就是说，并没有说限定一定要在几月几号之前一定要通过。
The KMT doesn't have a legislative majority and it needs support from the smaller Taiwan People's Party to pass the bills. Taiwan People's Party Chair Ko Wen-je says the 3 projects should not be under a single bill.
3个应该个别讨论啊，建构一个比较安全、快速的这种交通干线，其实有需要，所以花东这一条，花东快的话，我们原则上应该是优先处理。
But the Democratic Progressive Party says the TPP isn't doing enough to halt the passing of the bill.
民众党也没踩刹车，而且反而因为民众党一起提案，就代表立法院过半的嘛，可以撸过去啊嘛，而让这个油门吹下去之后，失速打滑嘛。
The KMT and TPP formed a united front to pass recent legislative reforms. But with this transportation bill, fractured opinions are arising, not only between parties, but within them as well. Klein Wang and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Last month saw the highest number of babies born in Taiwan so far this year, but the country's population is still declining. Just over 11,000 babies were born in May, 415 more than the month before. But Taiwan's total population also fell by around 1,400 people between April and May. It comes as the country faces one of the lowest fertility rates in the world and an aging population. These issues have put growing economic and social pressure on Taiwan. India's Prime Minister-designate Narendra Modi says he will form a government with a coalition of smaller parties after his own party, the BJP, failed to win a majority in the country's elections. He's set to be sworn in on Sunday for a historic 3rd straight term, but it's the first time in a decade the BJP has not secured an outright majority in the lower house of parliament. Modi is now hoping to forge a cross-party alliance to remain at the helm of the world's most populous country.
उतने ही समर्पण भाव से देश की आशा आकांक्षाओं को पूर्ण करने में कोई कमी नहीं रखेंगे.
The Dragon Boat Festival long weekend has begun in Taiwan, and thousands of paddlers are gathering by riversides around the country to compete in races. I went down to the Geelong River in Taipei to get in on the action. And they're off. The 2024 Taipei International Dragon Boat Championships are underway, marking the beginning of Duanmujie, or Dragon Boat Festival. People celebrate the long weekend by eating zongzi, a kind of stuffed glutinous rice dumpling wrapped in bamboo leaves, and by hopping into decorative longboats to put their paddling skills to the test in a sporting and cultural event with a history of over 2,000 years.
就是凝聚我们的健康，分散我们的力量给全部的人。我们推广龙舟，希望大家一起来划龙舟。
Every year, hundreds of teams gather across the country to race. Here in Taipei, next to the iconic Grand Hotel, dozens of teams are taking to the water after months of training to compete in this physically and technically demanding sport.
体力是一定的，可是默契也是很重要，对吧？毕竟是18个人一起划船。 默契很重要。
But it's not only about the race itself, but also the teamwork, team spirit. We get up every day, early at 4 to 5, and we paddle together for 1 and 1.5 hours. So this is a very important annual event for us.
All are welcome at dragon boating, regardless of nationality, gender, age, or orientation. For many, the highlight of the festival may be the race, but these events aren't all about the competition. They're about coming together as a community to honor long-lasting traditions. Ryan Wu and Reece by the Taipei Riverside for TaiwanPlus.
Local fishers and divers are butting heads after a large fish species returned to waters off the coast of southern Taiwan. Wesley Lewis looks at why the issue is so hotly contested.
Swimming in formation, these schools of giant Trevally, a large predatory fish, have returned to waters off Taiwan's southern coast. They're often sighted in big numbers during the summer months. The spectacle has captivated diving enthusiasts, but local fishers have also been taking advantage of the surplus fish.
去那个定制网场嘛，说今天渔获比较多，说大概会有9到10吨的渔获。进港的时候就看到这个画面，它也算是一种潜水的明星物种。渔民的话，当然进他们的网子不抓上来，好像也很奇怪。
Fishers have been pulling in boatloads of Trevally, but a photo posted to Facebook showing a particularly big catch has raised concerns of unsustainable fishing. Marine biologists say that although Trevally tend to gather in the area during the summer, restrictions still need to be put in place to prevent overfishing.
这个季节本来就是牛港生为主，其实凡事有度就过犹不及。就像台湾的那个飞鱼，大家一直吃，本来以为都没什么，那个黑鳍飞鱼完全都看不到的，抓大放小，就是适量就好了。
Back in 2017, an angler caused outrage after illegally catching and killing a 2-meter-long Trevally, affectionately nicknamed Big Cow by local divers. Conservationists say although the giant Trevally is not a protected species, local fisheries should publish catch information to account for any changes in the fish's population. For now, swarming schools of Trevally can still be seen and enjoyed in southern Taiwan, but conservationists are urging fishers not to take that abundance for granted and to ensure the future vitality of the area's marine life. Andy Xue and Wesley Lewis for TaiwanPlus.
Environmental groups in Tainan are calling for a ban on buoys made from a plastic known as EPP, after the city started allowing fishers to use them. The groups say the new buoys are no less polluting than the styrofoam ones used before.
政府说要改进，然后现在用了所谓的 EPP， 但是 EPP 其实只是换了一个材质，它跟保丽龙其实是一样的制成，里面其实是很容易破碎的，比保丽龙还容易破碎。
Oyster farmers in the southern city use buoys that break down and leave plastic particles on beaches when pulled on shore. Tainan's Fisheries Office says it will change its regulations this year. It says it'll stop subsidizing foam floats and will switch to firm floating barrels. It's World Ocean Day, a day to raise awareness of the resources that humans get from the sea. Our reporter Sandy Chi heads to eastern Taiwan to meet a woman who has spent her life working under the waves.
Chen Wangshi makes it look easy as she moves around in the intertidal zone near Magang Fishing Village, a remote and quiet place located on the easternmost part of Taiwan. The 82-year-old is one of the country's last few remaining so-called sea women. They make their living from the ocean, collecting things like oysters, seaweed, and snails. There are fewer than 5 sea women left in Magang. All of them are over 50 years old. Taking only a pair of shoes with grippy soles, a hat, and some gear, she is ready for work. Unlike Amas, another name for sea women in Japan and South Korea, who mainly dive into the ocean, sea women in Taiwan can do both, diving without scuba gear and working in the intertidal zone. Today, Chen chose to stay in the intertidal zone because of her age, the weather, and strong waves. Chen supports her family mainly through ocean collecting. She's been the sole breadwinner since her husband died. The seasons, weather, and ocean conditions play a crucial role in her livelihood. With just a glance, she can tell if there's anything worth collecting. She can also read the tides like an open book. Late spring and early summer is best for picking red seaweed, sea moss, and oysters.
早上啊，你像当你慢咧招花喎，树啊，慢转。我早起3点多就起来，早上3点多就起来洗招花啊。招花慢转，爱夹头夹好，啊晒好干，啊即马要落像这日头遮大，落啊搁摕洗水，洗好淡啊裹起来，才搁晒。
Chen has an intimate relationship with the ocean. She says it's like her very own natural fridge. However, over the years, she's become disappointed, not with the sea, but with humans and the damage they've done.
垃圾最多了，真的变得今年变得比去年还多。我看到也是太难过了，那么脏啊，垃圾那么多啊，看到也太不好看，太多了。
According to the government, in 2023 alone, over 940 tons of trash washed up on Taiwan's coasts. That's the smallest amount in 4 years. But it's a lot to deal with for people who work closely with the ocean, like Chen. Despite all the ocean trash and disappointment, Chen perseveres in her work as a seawoman. She vows to keep going as long as she is physically able, and the sea can provide. Kamashu and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Bird lovers are calling on authorities in northern Taiwan to do more to protect a local bird species. The black-naped Oriole is a bright yellow species protected under Taiwanese law. The birds have made frequent appearances at Taoyuan City's Danan Forest Park. Conservationists have urged the city government to preserve the park's tree branches for the birds to nest on. There are only about 500 black-naped Orioles left in Taiwan. The urban-dwelling bird has come under threat in recent years due to climate change, habitat loss, and squirrels.
在都会区的公园，常有民众会喂食，然后也会造成松鼠的繁殖，大量繁殖。那松鼠当然就是黄鹂最大的一个克星的天敌，所以松鼠会吃黄鹂的蛋。
One lucky farmer in Taiwan has won a prize, not for the biggest vegetable, but for the curviest. Sally Jensen has the story.
A crack open reveals the nutritious white pulp inside. Geelong in northern Taiwan is holding a bamboo shoot beauty contest, and one special winner has the best looking of the lot. Bamboo shoots are a common vegetable in Taiwan. They can be found at most markets and are an incredibly versatile ingredient. Chen Wenqin learned how to grow the best from his predecessors.
不懂得就请教老前辈这样，自己慢慢去研究。
Here, the bendier the better, as bamboo judges are looking for shoots that resemble bull horns.
它这样切入的时候，它的笋肉，事实上含量是最高的。看颜色不要太深，太深可能就是老化颜色，就看起来是均匀的这种乳白色，然后看起来很细致。
These bamboo shoots may be destined for the podium, not the dinner table, but the recognition of high-quality agriculture will allow farmers like Chen to keep shooting for the stars. Joseph Wu and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, check out these 3 bears enjoying a picnic at the Oakland Zoo in California. I'm Reece. Take care, and we'll see you next time.